Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Andrew with All Things Fantasy, and today I'm bringing you another mock draft video. This is gonna be number 3, and in today's video, we're doing an 8-team league, and we have the number 3 pick in this draft. So again, another pretty early pick, which is gonna put me towards the end um, in the second round. So I think I'm gonna have the 6th overall in the second round, or let's see, the 6th in the second round, which will be the 14th pick. Now again, hopefully this video will give you a good idea of um, how to draft in a smaller league, and like obviously you're going to be exposed to more top players, and every team going to be a lot better, a lot stronger than teams in bigger leagues. So with that said, I really want to try to get as many guys as I can for my top 50 list. At least 6. If I can get 7, that's great. Um, but yeah, the draft's about to start here, and yeah. So in my last video, I thought I had a really great draft. I made the one mistake at the end about with the defense and kicker, but besides that, it was a really great draft. And in this draft, I really want to focus on like having a really perfect draft. And so that the draft just started, and I'm gonna start preparing for my picks. Try to prepare for them earlier, and really um, stay focused the whole time, and preparing for my picks. So I'm expecting to take Antonio Brown and Odell. Um, Now I've given my thoughts on Adrian Peterson. So if AB and Odell go first and second, then I'm gonna get Julio. Um, yeah, so those are my first 3 off the board, and so that guy, I don't think he's even here. He might be, I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. And Odell goes 3, so I'm gonna go Julio. Yeah, pretty much because I don't rank AP as my best running back, and I ranked Julio over him. So that was just my whole thought process behind it. Now I'm trying to, yeah. So that guy in the overall pick was already on. Now was already on auto draft again. So that really sucks. Yeah, I think honestly, like you know, I, yeah. As I've gotten these last 2 drafts, really early first round picks, I'm really kind of starting to really hate it. I really want whenever my draft happens for my league, for my actual league, and I really want a later round pick, or just a pick in the middle, because getting an early first round pick, it really sucks. Like you really lose out on that opportunity, um, to get 2 really great players in the beginning, and because your second round pick is so late that you might not be getting um, as good of a player as you think. But like I said, Brandon Marshall is such a good pick, a sneaky good pick in the late second round, that's really somebody you can take advantage of if you're in that position. So looking ahead a little bit, now that I had the 14th pick, so obviously that puts me around Lamar Miller, AJ Green, and honestly I'm really excited about Lamar Miller, to see what he does this year, and I'd be willing to pick him up. If Le'Veon Bell's still out there, I'll pick Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell just went right there. As people are kind of not drafting Freeman, I don't know why. I can tell you the guy with auto pick on is gonna get him unless he takes it off. So yeah, right now it's looking like Lamar Miller. Okay, Brandon Marshall, and then you got Freeman. So I'm stuck between Dez and Miller, and this is a pretty easy like Lamar Miller all the way in my opinion. Um, I do have some guys ranked pretty high. Lamar Miller um, was definitely up there on my list, but yeah, Brandon Marshall, I think he's still gettable right now. Oh no, never mind. He got drafted really early. See, that person had him. I actually had him ranked 12th overall on my list, and that person drafted him 12th. So that person was smart because they know like his true value that ESPN is not giving enough credit. Okay, so now after that happened, I'm gonna start trying to set myself up for my next pick, and yeah, um, Dez. I can't believe Dez is still out there. I really don't know why people are like fading, like fading away from him this much. Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting to see what this guy does. Yeah, Riles and Ingram are decent running backs, but like they're so far down my list that like I don't feel like they're good picks. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, wow, okay, that's a crazy pick. I don't know why he drafted Aaron Rodgers so early. Like, what is he doing? But yeah, I'm gonna grab Dez. Like, to me, Dez was a top guy. I thought that was a great steal in my opinion. Um, yeah, wow, this draft is just so weird. There's some smart plays drafting Robbins or Marshall, and some guy drafts Aaron Rodgers, and I guess that was a third round. Um, but yeah, that was just weird. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, that's just crazy. Like I said, that's a big mistake. Um, drafting a quarterback that early, especially when Aaron Rodgers didn't even have he didn't have even have one of the best seasons last year. I mean, all right, Aaron Rodgers he started hot, but then he didn't have at the end of the season he kind of faded off, and he isn't even the number one overall rated quarterback this season. So um, that just doesn't make much sense to me why you would do that. But coming up my next pick, I spot Jordan Reed, and that's a very enticing pick. Um, yeah, right now he literally lines up perfect with me if this auto pick goes my way. Um, yes. Oh yeah, I just took Jordan Reed. Okay, wow, that really bites. Now I see a stack of wide receivers and running backs right here, so I'm gonna try to get. I'm just gonna go 1-1. And Amari Cooper seems to be the guy. Just kind of checking my list here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Amari, and then I'm gonna group really. Oh man, I mean, Keenan Allen would have been a good pick too. I guess they're both like really right there. Um, regroup really fast, and I'm gonna look at Matt Forte as my next pick. Yeah, definitely Forte. Oh yeah, Stuart Hyde. I'm not big on them. Just I don't like their consistency, and I'm just not big on their just big on them as running backs, just individually. But wow, I can't believe who are people drafted. Like we got see Latavius Murray goes, Kelsey was like Wino was way down there. People that guy just dug really deep for those two picks. Like this is really that was really shocking. I'm kind of in a decision where I could have get Keenan Allen, um, and really sleep on a running back. But I'm gonna go with Forte. Um, just because I know there's so many good receivers out there that I can get a guy later rounds who maybe won't put up Keenan Allen numbers, like maybe who Keenan Allen will be like a couple points ahead of, right? Like just he'll just be like a little bit um more consistent, a little bit post a little bit better numbers, but still like I'll still get a guy who's almost who's just like obviously just a couple points under and to give up Keenan Allen to get a pretty hopefully a consistent running back in Matt Forte is definitely well worth it and the right move, strategically that you want to be using. But yeah, I don't know why that guy went out and got what was that Kelsey and who else did he get when he did that? Clavius Murray, who I know was ranked pretty low. I had him ranked 48, so I know he was ranked definitely down there. But now as we're coming up on the 6th, I definitely needed tight end, and but yes, now he took hopefully is Kelsey still out there or Eifert? I meant yeah, Eifert is still out there, so I think I'm gonna kind of wait and try to get Eifert like way later, or maybe even Walker, and Doug Baldwin's right there in front of my eyes, and I like Doug Baldwin. So yeah, I'm gonna go draft Doug Baldwin, and hopefully that works out. But yeah, there's just so many great receivers that you want to make sure you get in on the and you take advantage of these good receivers, but while also just kind of make sure you're filling in the other pieces of your team when you see appropriate. Like if you're faced with a tough decision with oh, I got a great running back to choose from or a good receiver, like I would favor the running back if you already have like receivers drafted on your team, or like you see receivers that you can go out and get with your next pick. It's all about judgment. Draft is all about judgment and all about trying to predict where like if guys are still going to be available and like what other people are going to do. It's all it's all strategy. It's all about like I said, predictions. Yeah, now I'm faced with the decision to go out and get Walker. Wow, that guy just drafted a defense in number 50 overall. That's in the 7th round. That's crazy, bro. Uh, but yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna continue to feed um, my receiver. I mean, I could draft Russell Wilson, but I think I'm gonna fade away from Russell Wilson and go with um, Jarvis Landry. And then so now I'm waiting on my tight end and quarterback, and yeah, so I'm looking at Eifert right now. And I'm gonna go out and grab him next, or somebody like that, and probably a running back. We'll see what happens. But yeah, because now I got 5 pretty really solid receivers, right? Like got Julio, Dez, Amari, Baldwin, and Landry. That's really solid guys. I definitely need to start um, filling. I need to fill my tight end, and then I need to get a quarterback and a running back, another running back, backup running back. Looking at quarterbacks, Andrew Luck is still available. Big Ben's been a guy who I've been really liking to draft. I feel like he's so low, or like you can just kind of steal him. And like as I said, that he just gets drafted. But yeah, I like drafting Big Ben. 7th, 8th round. I think he's a guy that you can get. I also really like Carson Palmer, and I'm not afraid to get Brady either. I've said that before. Brady, and you draft a guy later. I'm definitely not afraid to do any of that. All right, it's my pick, and yeah, um, it's time to go out and get our guys. So yeah, so Eifert just went right there. That really sucks for me. Cody Flanders, I'm not a guy that I'm not big on, but I know I see he has a ton of potential. And but wow, he is pretty far down there. I think I'm gonna wait on him and get Palmer. I'm trying to see the other guys that are out here. Get Palmer, and then I think I'm just gonna keep waiting on my tight end. Not a great strategy, but Gary Barnes is still out here. Some other guys are still. I know there's guys late that you can kind of pick up. I think that's gonna be my strategy. Is just kind of wait for the, it's now that I missed out on my Jordan Reed and my other guys like my Eifert and my Kelsey. Like I'm just gonna kind of hold out and but yeah, basically like now that I missed out on my tight end, I'm just stack receivers and because that's also trading value. Like some teams are gonna be in a situation where they have a great tight end, but they have no running backs, no receivers. So now you just gotta stack up other players and use it as trade value to get your guy later. And I see DeMarco out here is still pretty late, and DeMarco's a guy who I think that he's a little undervalued. Um, but I like. Like I said, Jay Ajayi. Like I know Jay Ajayi is probably way down here still. And he's a guy I really like. That's a big steal. Yeah, it's not Jeremy Hill also. But yeah, I'm gonna go with DeMarco. Um, put him in there. Now I'm still looking at just receiver, running back. I think I'm gonna go receiver next, and then try to steal Ajayi late. And like I said, I'm not afraid to draft some rookies either. There's some good rookies out here who I have really high expectations for. Seeing what Amari Cooper did last year, like I expect at least one of these really good rookie receivers to do what he did last year. Obviously, I think Corey Coleman's in a tougher position to do that just because of the system that he's in. But I think Laquan Treadwell has tons and tons of potential, and he's just in a perfect position to do what Amari Cooper did last year. And I think he's such an underrated pick. Also Sterling Shepard. I think Sterling Shepard's in a great position um, to do some to yeah do great things. And then um, yeah, Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry has opportunity. Um, Obviously, being DeMarco Murray's backup is going to be interesting, but so those picks went fast. Brady's still there, so maybe I kind of rushed the Palmer pick a little bit, but looking at it, John Brown seems really enticing to pick up, and that seems like enough. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that storm outside, but yeah, there's starting to storm pretty loud. Sorry if that is distracting in this video. But yeah, Tom Brady's still out there. Like that's interesting. It's already 10th round. Like I said, these rounds are gonna go by a lot faster. Because there's just a lot less picks. Like we're only on pick 80. It's already 11th round, 81, 11th round. So yeah, these 18 drafts go by fast. So you need to really stay on your toes the whole time. Yeah, so I think these next 2 rounds I'm gonna focus on players, and then I'm gonna go out and get a defense. Actually, I might go out and get a defense next pick after this 11th round pick. Yeah, seeing I don't really like ton of these. Not really big on ton of these guys. I guess I could use another running back. But like I said, I don't not big on a lot of these guys that are available right now. Um, Yeah, and I wanted to get Jay Ajayi. Um, but to give up on someone with his talent is just it's really discouraging. I think I'm gonna take a big risk and go Diggs. And then I'm really big on Stephon Diggs. Like he is for being ranked. What was he ranked? 86. He is, in my opinion, considered like yeah, definitely like a top 70 player. I definitely put him way above a lot of these guys. It's like similar talent. I'd put him like right with John Brown as far as like numbers concerned. And, you saw where I drafted John Brown at like even Jarvis Landry. But yes, right now the plan is to hopefully try to get Jai in the next round, and then go defense right after that. If Jai gets picked though, then we'll work around that. I still gotta get a tight end. I haven't got my tight end yet. I kind of been trying to not like explain that, but yeah. So I guess the plan is to go Jai and like probably Gary Barnage. Um, and then defense. But I know defenses are going to start getting picked both all these auto drafts, so I really don't want to get screwed again. Because defense is like the one thing that's like it's hard to trade. Like you want to get a good defense in the draft and then ride them out the whole season. But also defense is something that like yeah you want to get one in the draft, but also like if you don't, you'll have your opportunities to pick them up off off free agency because there'll be a defense that is unexpectedly good this season or somebody dropped and you can pick them up. And so defense isn't like a huge loss if you miss out on a good defense in the draft, but it's still like don't like completely avoid it and get stuck with a shitty defense. So it looks like things are really gonna go my way here. People are digging deep in this draft, which I definitely like. Um, so I'm gonna get my guy, and then I'm gonna get Gary. Hopefully next pick. Yeah, and look at Tom Brady's still out there, and Gary Barnage just went as I saw at the corner of my eye. He just went, and that really sucks. Um, so now I think I'm gonna go and get my defense. And now that happened, I'm gonna go and get my defense, and then maybe like quarterback. We'll kind of see what's out there, but yeah, like Eli, Rivers, like all these good players out there. Dude, I might just pick up Tom. Like, I really want to. I know this is gonna be the round for defenses though, so I definitely. I have so many players here though. I think the Panthers defense won already, but yeah. Seahawks D, take that, and then um, we're gonna still work on my tight end. Julius Thomas isn't the worst option. Even Zach Miller, I'm honestly not even that upset if I get Zach Miller. I'm trying to see where I have Zach Miller ranked on my list. I think it's pretty decent. He's 13. Thomas is 11. Um, yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna be too upset um, if I get Zach Miller. So I think that's a good pick. I might even actually be able to get Zach Miller with my last pick in the draft. So yeah, see, I picked. some kickers are going. So I definitely think it's time to probably get a kicker. Graham Gano is definitely one of my top guys that I'm really looking at. And uh, Catanzaro. Yeah, so Eli, they just went. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my kicker, and then, man, I think I really have this in the bag. I'm getting another good receiver, and then getting my tight end. Yeah, Zach Ertz. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna pass on Zach Ertz and go with Zach Miller. Or even Julius Thomas. Like, yeah, they're both good. I mean, maybe I'll go Julius Thomas. So you got a lot of backup running backs right here. It's all like the backups, right? Um, so yeah, we'll try to go a good wide receiver here, and I don't know. It's really hard. It's hard. I don't want to go Treadwell too hard because I got Stiggs. Um, I want to go Snead or Beckham Green or Green Beckham. But yeah, I can't believe Treadwell's still out there, even like with some of these other guys. There's a lot of these receivers that I really do like. But yeah, so now it's the waiting game to see whether I get Ertz, Miller, or Thomas. Not really targeting Gates too much. Not really targeting Ertz too much either. I'm really kind of between Thomas and Miller. I honestly think I'll have kind of all three of them to pick from at this point. Yeah, for an 18 league, I kind of missed out on the top the top kickers or the top tight ends. But that's okay. It's not gonna make or break your team. But it's kind of interesting. Like at the top, like 9 guys off my list all went. I mean, I guess somebody drafted two teams drafted a tight end, which is interesting. Or two teams drafted two tight ends, which is interesting. Um, so I don't know what happened there, but yeah, so they're all still available. I think I'm gonna go Julius Thomas, um, just because he's ranked. Because he's ranked a little bit higher than Miller, and I don't know. It's not huge on Ertz. And the Philly offense, and I'm not huge on the Philly offense, but it's pretty much my reasoning for that. Bigger on the Jaguars offense, honestly. But yeah, that's my team. Draft's about to end. I thought I had a really really good draft, and like I said, I got a top defense and a top kicker, so that was a success that we didn't have last time. And yes, well, this draft is only 30 minutes. It's great. Goodness, obviously they're getting shorter with these smaller team sizes or smaller amount of teams. But yeah, like you said, this was our area where I made the mistake last draft. I thought I did a really really great job. You know, people like I picked up Diggs and Jai like were people like these are two sleepers that like deserve to be drafted way in front of like way higher than where they're ranked. And You know, like I got Jai 94th, which is he should and could be drafted. Definitely in 11th or 10th easily. Like honestly, even go as far as put him up here in the ninth. Like, yeah, or for Ryan Matthews, probably yeah. Um, but also that's like this is given like we don't know the situation like how much is Arian Foster gonna play? Is he just gonna be the backup and Ajayi is just gonna get all the touches? Like we don't know. Like this is all like we can only just kind of predict what we think is gonna happen and who's gonna get the majority of the touches. But like obviously it all is gonna change. It all could change during the season. But that's why you trade and that's why you can trade your players and you pick up guys off free agency. That's and I'll talk about all that stuff. The season starts like who you want to be trading because they're losing touches, and who you want to be picking up or trying to get because they're going to be gaining touches, and all that stuff. So right now we're just trying to set ourselves up to put ourselves in the best position to win for the season. But then obviously it's probably not going to work out exactly perfectly. So we're gonna probably have to alter and make some changes as the season goes on. But that's the fun of fantasy, and that's why we play. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I did really well in the end rounds. Played that out perfectly, and then jumped on the Seahawks D and Graham Gano, and like I said, top, like literally in my rankings, second best defense, second best kicker. Um, you know, absolutely just exactly what I would want, and then I still picked up a solid receiver and a tight end who has good potential. Um, that was said. I broke my rule, and I kind of hopefully I explained it or try to give you guys a good idea why I broke my rule of not drafting a tight end, of not drafting my starter tight end before my quarterback, and like I waited till like literally the last pick to get him, just because the tight ends that I missed out on getting, an Eifert or Kelsey, um, and getting like a top 5 tight end, and after that point. You kind of get to the point where you should just wait till one of the last rounds to get your tight end because um, because the amount of production is going to go down, after that. So you kind of just you shouldn't be drafting him over guys like over like a Jarvis Landry or something or actually this is far down there, but like I mean not necessarily DeMarco Murray, but like other guys, like Fleener, like look at the people that drafted after Kobe, like Allen Hurns, Jeremy Hill, John Brown, like all these guys, can produce a lot of points. And Kobe Fleener, if you look at his season last year, wasn't much to look at. So obviously there's more expectations. And now he's on the Saints, and I honestly I do like him more now, but you kind of just gotta play it out. Like, is this guy really worth getting now and like giving up all these other guys? Like, that's really all it's about. Like what are you giving up? Like your opportunity cost. Like if you're a fan of economics, like you want to you want to think like your opportunity cost. Like what are you giving? What are you giving up? What are you giving up to take this player right now? Like, and you basically and what you want to do is try to not give up like that much, really, right? You don't want to be giving up all these good players to draft somebody who might not produce as well, So just something to think about. I know I've kind of rambled on a while here, but yeah, that was been my draft. My 8 team league draft. Hopefully that gives you another good idea of players you want to target and how to draft an 8 team league. Um, so yeah, so that was an 8 team, 10 team, 12 league that I did so far. I think I'm gonna do another one, and I think I'm gonna specifically target like certain players, like a Gronk early, and try to see kind of how my team looks after that, or target, just work on targeting like different sorts of players earlier and see how my team looks after that, and like what kind of players I can get. Um, but yeah, expect that in the next couple of videos. And yeah, and like post if you have any suggestions of stuff you want to see. As far as fantasy football content or like mock draft content, definitely leave a comment and let me know. And I'll try to make it happen. But yeah, so that's been my mock draft number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.